Okay. Hello, everyone, and thank you so much for listening to this video. It means a lot for me. So, in the last video, I covered about the survival state of our, sorry, about the parasympathetic state of our nervous system functioning, the absolute state of happiness, the flow state within us. It reflects in our physiology, and it's a very physiological manifestation of inner absolute happiness or inner authentic joy. So coming on to the next state, which is the fight or flight state, or it is also called the reactive or the survival state. I want to call this sensitive state because I don't think that if anyone is functioning into this fight or flight state, it's their fault. So I always feel a compassion for people who are going through this life challenge and they don't know like how to function joyfully in the world. So that is why when our brain experience emotional threat, the emotional threat, the response of our brain is these fight or flight behaviors. And I'll cover in detail how this impacts our behavior, trait, coping mechanism, our way of functioning in the world, the way it reflects in our body. I'll cover all that in a separate video. This video is just to give you a glimpse that what is this survival state and how our nervous system starts functioning into the survival state and what are the signs that a person's nervous system is not functioning into its joyful state, and that is why they are exhibiting all the signs. So when our brain thinks that I am in a threat, I'm experiencing a lot of threat. So what it does is, I mean, what anyone will do is they will either fight it off, and that becomes their natural dominant response. So we don't realize that because we are not able to, we don't know, we are not aware of how to take care of our own nervous system. We become very aggressive. Some they become very irritable all the time. So anger, aggression, irritability, constant overthinking, and not able to being in present moment are all the signs that our nervous system is functioning into this reactive state or sensitive state. Flight responses, which means how it reflects in the behavior of the person, that they will avoid everything, they will feel anxiety, panic attacks, chronic worry, or they want to do everything with perfectionism, and that adds lot of stress. That seeking for perfectionism adds so much stress. So why not take care of first our inner happiness? Then the freeze response, it is also called the dorsal vagal. And this is all scientifically proven that our nervous system functions into these four states and it reflects in our behaviors, traits, coping mechanism, the way our body cope with our brain's choice to go into this state, how it manifests in our physiology that I will cover in separate videos. So free state of our nervous system is this when we feel the stuckness from inside, like a collapse, like an immobilization. You've experienced spacing out, disassociation, depression, lot of shame, guilt, or someone may just become this go into this fawn state, which is like you will have a lot of people pleasing tendencies, you will avoid conflict, I will always prioritize others needs over your own, you will keep suppressing and repressing your emotions, you will have a lot of difficulty in saying no. This is because your nervous system has caught into this fawn state subconsciously. So setting boundaries will become very hard for you. So fight the people whose nervous system functions into this fight state, they either become very aggressive or they become very controlling. The people whose nervous system functions into this flight state, they become like they avoid responsibilities, they don't want to talk, they don't have the energy to talk to you. You have to understand that it is something they are experiencing, that emotional baggage from within, and they are not able to understand. But you can understand because you know what is happening with them. It's their choice if they want to change their situation or not. Let's not judge anybody for making their choices, but understanding, we all can understand each other. So when someone is functioning in this freeze response, they will always feel a stuckness within, and they don't want to do anything. So procrastination will become our normal response. Brain fog, we will experience a lot of brain fog. We will constantly overthink. All these are signs that our nervous system is functioning into this sensitive state. And then fawn, like, it also reflects sometimes in clingy behavior, unhealthy attachments, unhealthy dependency upon others. So these are all the responses of our brain and subconscious when it keeps holding on to a lot of emotional baggage and stress. It keeps getting constantly struggled. So people will exhibit multiple, a combination of all these fight, flight, fawn responses depending on the situation. And whatever, like it is going, it impacts every single aspect of our life. The way we constantly get triggered, the way we make choices out of this state is always, we will attract wrong people, wrong choices, wrong situations, and we will never be able to create our abundant life. We will never be able to function with joy and peace in the world. That is why it is so important. The inner work is so powerful because it starts altering the nervous system state, and everything is linked to our emotional stress, state of our mind. Now, moving on to the next slide. So, this state, the survival state, it is also called a dysregulated state of our nervous system, or it is also called, like you say, emotional dysregulation. You call it fight or flight, you call it survival state, you call it reactive state, you call it, you may also say that the emotions get trapped in our brain and body in the form of physiological survival adaptations. And that I will cover. So everything is scientific here. I'm not talking anything that's woo woo. This is our emotional health impacts every single aspect of our life, our body, our physiology, our mind, our functional capacity. Everything is impacted because of this. So, this thing which I wanted to cover specifically in this session, that what is trauma? So, trauma is not dependent on the intensity of the experience, but the sensitivity of the experiencer. How sensitive a person is born. Children, we are all born into the fight or flight state, but level of fight or flight state varies from person to person, from child to child, and impact of fight or flight state also vary. That is why for sensitive people, little things become traumatic. We can understand others, for what for ourselves, we must know how to alter our state of mind, and how to to program our mind and take it back into the parasympathetic state. And it is a physiological manifestation. That is why healing takes so much time. So I think I will cover this much in this video, and hope this gives you an understanding and a glimpse of what fight or flight or sensitive state. I don't like the term fight or flight. I want to call it sensitive state. I want to say that because, yeah, I feel like everyone is struggling inside their head. So there is no real suffering outside. The suffering is inside, and that is all, like, whole my work is integrating the science and spirituality. So hope you find this video helpful. This work has changed my life, it has transformed my life, and that is why I'm so passionate about it. Like, I always talk in my videos, I wasn't this person, and I never had any integrity with myself. And that is what the choice that we have to make to support our brain, to support our inner physiology, to support our inner chemistry. We have to start integrating with our inner being. I'll show that how to do that in the coming videos. For now, I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for listening to me.